Hello everyone. There have been some minor complications with this, which is why I am on a different one, I think, to the one that's scheduled. And I'm not sure if it's working absolutely, so just bear with me whilst I'm getting this set up. Oh, actually, yes, it seems as though the viewer count is going up. So hopefully, I know that there were people on the previous one, but for some reason it wasn't letting me stream on there. So I'm doing it on this one. I hope that you don't mind about that. I'm sorry for the confusion. I'm not the best with technology, I've got to say. It's always been something I've struggled with. I can do editing, I can do research projects, but then it comes to something like this and I'm just not necessarily completely comfortable with it. So yes, I hope that everyone is okay with that, and I'm really sorry for any confusion. I know that people were talking on the Google Hangouts on the other video, so I'm going to see if I can get that up, because I'm not sure if people were leaving questions there. I didn't really have a chance to look through, but I will look now because, yes, I have a feeling it's this one. No, it's the other one. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. Can you tell? Is anyone leaving messages on the group chat bit? Because I can't see any, so I'm not sure whether it's my computer or whether it's people not sending messages. So if you can see me and everything looks okay, could you just say hello, or could you put Hermione if you can see me? I'd really appreciate that, just so I know. Oh, actually, okay, look, I think I've got it up. There we go, brilliant. Okay, so, oh, Rahel Granger, sorry, she's speaking from Switzerland. That's incredible. So hello to Switzerland. Lolly from France. England, for me it's 11 a.m. Noon in Serbia. Wow, you're from Serbia. That's amazing. It astounds me that people are watching from different countries. You genuinely do not know how much this means to me and how much it really surprises me, because when I started this channel, I really didn't expect for it to go as far as it did. Oh, wow. So I'm going to be answering questions as the Q&A title suggests. So if people do have any, could you leave them here? I'm not sure if people have sent me any on Instagram, but I'm going to be mainly answering from the Google Hangouts because it's here, and it's and I don't really want to get too behind on it, because that's what happened last time, and it means that some of them get lost above, and so I don't see all of them, which is a shame. Mining with Brooke, it's 3 in the morning for me because I was studying but have to watch this. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I'm assuming your name is Brooke. Thank you so much, Brooke. That's amazing, but make sure that you're not too tired. You don't want to disrupt your sleep schedule just for watching this, but I really appreciate it, so thank you. I've scheduled my studies around this today, says Natasha H. So thank you again. Wow. Happy 2017. Lots of people are saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope that you have an incredibly productive year. I'm sure that you all will. Okay, what are your favourite studying methods for different types of subjects, e.g. sciences and essay-based subjects? The thing with some of these questions is that I might be doing them in a video. I mean, this one, different methods for types of studying, I am actually planning on doing a series of videos for different subjects and how you can revise for each of these. So I'm in the midst of organising the one for history, and I've also started planning the one for sciences. So I'm not going to answer that now, but you will find out in a couple of videos. I might actually make a note, if people ask any questions and I decide I'm going to do them in a video, I'll make a note of your name just so I remember to dedicate you when I actually film the video. Okay, so we have Hannah, who asks about studying for different subjects. I'm sorry for, okay, there we go. Just wondering, would you like me to make more fan art? I enjoy doing it, but I haven't done any in ages. Honestly, when people have drawn me fan art, I can't even, it's so odd. I mean, not in a bad way, sorry. No, of course not. If you want to draw me fan art, then I am I'm honoured. I'm absolutely honoured if you want to, but really don't feel obliged to in any way at all, because it's not something that you should have to do, but it does. I do really appreciate it when you do them. And Nicola, actually, your ones are incredible. I'm always so astounded by how good your art is. Ruby, did your exams go well? Says Nita. Yes, I think they've gone well, but it's always difficult to be able to tell, because obviously I haven't got my results back yet. But I'm hoping they went okay. The exam papers were good exam papers. I opened my Great Gatsby English one and I genuinely smiled, and I was excited to go in for lots of them. I know I must be one of the only people who get excited for exams. Please tell me whether you've ever gone into an exam and then been extremely happy with the questions you've got and genuinely just sat there smiling, because it happens to me all the time. Eric Forteza, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrongly. He says, I love your accent, so thank you. Oh, and everyone's saying Hermione, that's from before. Oh wow, I'm way behind. 3 in the morning, I can't believe 3 in the morning. Can anyone see her? Wow, there are lots of people now. There are. I don't know how many people are watching. 93 people watching at the moment. We've got Australia, India, Holland, Sweden, England, Croatia, Italy, Bosnia. Oh wow. Oh, Molly Evans. Hi, Molly Evans. Minnesota. Oh, France. Where are you from? I'm from England. That's why we're streaming at in British time, 11 a.m. British time. Is it snowing where you live? It's not. This is from Bravehearts. I'm very sad to say that it's not snowing. Please tell me if it's snowing where you are. I really, really, really wanted to snow there, because who does not love snow? I think it's supposed to snow next Saturday. Amazing if that actually happened. 10 p.m. in Australia, Philippines, Serbia. We are an army of little Hermiones around the world, says is it Carol Jean Saint? I agree. We are an army of little Hermiones, and we all need to stand together, because it's so important that people like studying and people like reading. Of course, it doesn't matter if they don't, but we are Hermione Grangers, and it's important that we embrace this. And it's really important that you don't let anyone change you just because they don't necessarily like that you are a Hermione Granger. What is your favourite subject to study and why? My favourite subject to study is English. I find it's just so interesting. I mean, every single time that you do an English essay, it's never the same, which is what I like about it, because every single time you have to think, and you have to, it's never about learning an essay in a way. I mean, a lot of the time you can learn the essay structure, but for English, it's so subjective and it's so dependent upon the question. You get the question and then you just have to think for yourself. And I really enjoy it. It's just something I really love doing. And doing extension projects for English are so amazing, because they're so open-ended. You can literally do anything. If you listen to a BBC Radio 4 podcast, it's just brilliant. My dog is called Margot. Do I have any pets? Yes, as Molly just asked, I do have a dog. I also have some chickens. I've got 9 chickens, but obviously that's our family's. And at the moment, we are looking after our neighbour's dog, Mia, and she is the cutest dog ever. She's really old. She's 11 or 12. I'm not sure. She's gorgeous. She's so well behaved. Hi, Ruby. Could you show us your outfit? Ask A. Lonna. Yes, I will. Feels odd to do. So I don't even know what to. So I'm wearing this blazer because I like blazers a lot, and then I've got this Bowden white top, which I actually got for Christmas, and then I've got this skirt, which is from Hollister, and I know that was really badly filmed. How do you study for a test when you only have a few days? I'm assuming this is because it's a smaller test and you hadn't known about it necessarily. I'm not usually one who's used to cramming. I'm so bad at cramming for tests. Well, again, maybe this is a video I should do, because I can't think of any tips at the moment. But it is, I agree that it's something, if you have a test in a few days and you haven't actually revised for it, it can be quite stressful, and you don't have that long-term revision plan that you can set out. So I'll write that down from Abby. Favorite Hermione outfit. My favorite at the moment is when Harry's in the hospital wing. I'm not sure if you mean in the films or ones that I own, but I'm going to go with the films. So I love when Harry's in the hospital wing in The Prisoner of Azkaban, and when he's just fallen off the broom from the Dementors, and Hermione's wearing this gorgeous red and navy striped jumper, and I just love the jumper so much. What's your favourite animal? I love sharks, and I like sharks. I said that really weirdly. Sharks, polar bears, and yes, probably sharks and polar bears. How did you choose your role models? I don't think we necessarily, well, we do choose our role models, but it's so much more subconscious and more complicated than choosing it explicitly. I feel as though when you see someone, you can't necessarily choose who inspires you. So I don't think I necessarily sat there and said, I want Hermione to be my role model. It was more that I saw her and I realized she was inspirational, and a lot of the time inspiration can be fairly objective. Not fully objective, of course, but it can be fairly objective. So I don't think we choose our role models necessarily. So yes. What Apple website do you use to check your spelling for essays? I usually just, if you've got spell check on the document, that's usually what I'll use. I'll just use normal spell check. Yes. What would either you or Hermione do if she was struggling with a class? I'm struggling with physics, asks Jess. That's from Jess. I would make sure to go and ask my teacher. And I think that's the most important thing. Your teachers want to help you. Your teachers aren't just an exterior force which is completely detached from you. A lot of the time your teachers will care about you, and so if you go and ask them and you make it clear that you really want to succeed and you're sorry that you're not succeeding necessarily, then your teacher's going to do everything that she or he can to help you. But it's really about putting the dedication in. And I mean, have you considered getting a tutor? Have you considered, some schools do extra tuition sessions, so teachers may sit up there for a lunchtime, and then you'll go up and they can help you with specific topics. I think it's really about just taking the initiative to increase your knowledge of the subject, and to target the things that you're struggling with. What are you currently reading? I knew someone was going to ask me this. This is from Francis. Francis, I am reading Moby Dick by Herman Melville, but I'm also reading a very light book on the side. I'm reading, has anyone read the Cherub books? I loved them as a kid, and I found a new one and I really wish to read it, so I'm reading it on the side, and it is The Maximum Security. What's my favourite Harry Potter book? The Prisoner of Azkaban. What would Hermione do if some of her friends would bully people who study well? Oh, that's awful. Well, Hermione needs to get her priorities straight if she's going to say that she's still. If Hermione would definitely talk to her friends about it, and she'd say, well, actually, that's similar to me. I like to study, so why are you making fun of people who are like me? I mean, she might, that might be something she considers doing, and if they are true friends, then they should listen to her, and they should take her word for it. They should respect her. Ruby, did your exams go well? Sorry, I've already answered that one. Are you still on winter holidays? No, I'm not. I went back on Wednesday, and then I had my exams through to Friday. So now this is kind of my relaxing weekend, because over Christmas I studied every day, and now I don't have any homework, and I've done bits of revision, but I don't have any massive exams coming up. So it hasn't been something that I've been really stressed about and focusing on. You follow my fan account on Instagram at Ruby Granger Fan. I do. I think I do, actually. Oh, Mining with Brooke, that's you. Oh, hello. Nice to finally talk to you. You said you had exams last week. What exams were they? Well, I do 4 subjects. So I had 2 English exams, 2 RS exams, so philosophy and ethics. Then I had Spanish and I had chemistry. Could you show us outfit of the day? I've just done that, sorry. What's your favourite book at the moment? Oh gosh, you always know I'm so bad at answering these. My favourite book at the moment, I think, is Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood. You're my studying motivations, says Rahel Granger. Do you like maths? I love maths. I don't study it anymore, but I don't think I still love it. I love how everything works together. When's your study video coming out? I can tell you that now, actually. Let's see. I've got here the videos that I'm going to be uploading. I think, actually, I don't have it there, actually. Sorry, confusion. I'm under the impression that it's coming out on the 25th. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's the 25th. It's definitely this month. And I've got 2 study videos actually, which should be coming out very soon, which is exciting. During summer breaks, etc., I just finish all my homework and end up reading the whole time or playing with my friends. How can I equally study for each subject? Well, actually, reading is a very productive thing, and during the summer it can be important. I mean, as long as you've done the homework, I think if you can set yourself projects that you can be doing, things that aren't just homework, then that always works. So just set yourself extra things that you can be doing. Do you have a resolution for 2017? Yes, I do. I have a series of them, and I'll tell you one of them. Let's think of one. Actually, I want to eat more healthy because I'm not. I try to eat healthy, but I think I could eat better foods. So I want to eat more vegetables. Oh gosh. I'm so behind. I never realised how far behind I am. I don't want to miss out anyone's questions though. Oh, I can't find where I was before. So let's start here. What would Hermione's New Year's resolutions be? I've got a video for that coming out on the 15th, so be ready for that. Just wait for that, and then you'll be able to see. What is your dream university? Oxford University, Lady Margaret's Hall. That's my dream. That is the dream. If you could create a Harry Potter house, what would it be called and what characteristics would it include? Oh gosh, I don't think I can. I'm trying to get through questions quickly. I'm sorry if I really can't think. I'm sorry. Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea. Hi, I'm 18 and I genuinely enjoy your videos. Thank you for making them. Oh, thank you so much for watching them. I really appreciate every single person who watches my videos. Will you be doing another study with me video? Because I love them so much and they really motivate me. As I said, yes, there will be another one coming up very soon. Do Hermione Granger winter nighttime routine? What I want, the thing is, with routines, I am waiting for the right destination to film it, and there is the possibility that I'll be doing a Hogwarts edition night routine very soon, but I'm not going to film any night routines until that's certain for the Hermione Granger. I'm sorry to be so ambiguous, but you'll see what I mean soon. Okay. You said your exam. Oh. What time do you go to bed? That depends. That majorly depends. I try to get into bed at 10. So I finish work at maybe 9:30, and then I will get into bed at 10 to 10:30, and then I will read though, which is the issue. So sometimes I can read till 11:30, and sometimes I can read till 1. So it really depends, but I try not to go to sleep too late. A lot of the time I will be quite tired after studying, so I won't even be able to read for that long. Evelyn says, where I live there is very much snow. I'm very jealous. I love snow. Can I have a shout out, please, Ruby? It's Max. Yes, please go and subscribe to my friend Max Moore. So if you just search up Max and then Moore, he's one of my really close family friends, and I really appreciate it if you just went and had a look at his channel. Ruby, what day is the anti-bullying stand video going up? I am sorry. It's been very hard to organise this. It is going to go up, but I think it's not going to be up until February. because I'm still sorting out audio, which is an issue because it was quite difficult for me to convert the files from Instagram. So that's why there have been some technical difficulties, but I will have it up. I definitely will have it up. What are your biggest tips for writing essays? Again, that's one that I'm going to write down for a future video. So actually leave me comments if you have any suggestions for videos, because a lot of the time I won't really have any idea what to film. I've got a few planned because I've had lots of requests lately, but please leave me any if you've got any major ones that you really want me to do. I finally got around to reading Harry Potter in 2016. I found your channel at the same time. You are basically what I see Hermione as, says Hannah. Thank you so much, Hannah. You don't know how much that means to me. That is so lovely of you. So thank you. I'm so honoured that you've said that. Thank you. Vlog. Please do more vlogs in the future. Yes, I will. I film vlogs actually. A lot of the time I'll film vlogs, but I won't upload them because they're just really bad. I'm really bad at. I feel like I'm very bad at vlogging. What advice do you have for students choosing subjects for GCSE? Choose what you love. Don't always choose what you think is going to help you in the future. And yes, you have to consider. So if you want to be a doctor, actually, if you want to be a doctor, you've got to do all the sciences anyway, so that's a bad example. But if you want to be a dancer, then you should do dance. Like, don't say, I'm not going to do dance. So you need to think about what you want in the future, but don't base all of your decisions off that, because ultimately at GCSE, the most important thing is that you do subjects that you love and subjects that you think you will get a fairly good grade in. You don't want to do a subject and then not get a brilliant grade in it. So you need to consider all three of these aspects equally, but more so whether you enjoy it. How do you manage studying and spending time with friends? That's something that I've actually struggled with, because I do prioritize studying, but I think as long as you alter your study timetable so that you do include your friends and you do include doing social events, then there shouldn't be any problem. I'm actually hopefully going to the cinema with Natasha later, so yes, it's basically just, it's a difficult one though. I might write that down as well. That's Annika. I'm sorry for writing, but I don't want to miss out on any of these because the Google Hangouts it disappears. The top ones disappear, and I don't want to lose them. Have you got any brothers or sisters? Says Rose. I've got one sister called Martha. A lot of people think Emma Watson is a white feminist. I personally don't think so. What is your opinion? Well, she is white, so, but no, I think Emma Watson is incredibly inspirational, and I don't think that I'm sorry, I'm actually going to leave that because I've got hate about this before, so I'm not going to touch on it. I don't think I don't want to offend people, but in my opinion, no, I don't think she is. I think she is inspirational just as she is, and I don't think that she's a white feminist, but I don't want to go into it because I think I might get hate for it. English is my favourite subject too. I love it for the same reasons. I love that there is not one single answer and it is all up to interpretation. Thank you for answering my question, says Kendra. I'm glad that you like English too. It's a brilliant subject. I absolutely agree. I just came now from school. How long has the stream been running? It's been running for 25 minutes. And I'm sorry, I am actually going to have to go eventually. I'm not going to stay on here for 2 hours like I usually do. When did you start being like Hermione, and how long did you need to really be like her? I've always been slightly like Hermione. Like I said, my parents, when they first watched the Harry Potter films, they said, this girl is just like Ruby. She needs to watch the films. So, yes, I think. But then again, having said that, I did become more like her in recent years, probably from about the age of 12, when I actually began to think, Hermione does really inspire me, and she's someone I do want to be like. So I think it's actually like when I said to myself, Hermione is such a great person, I shouldn't, because I feel like I lost myself a bit in year 7. And then in year 8, I went back to the Hermione kind of figure that I'd been before. And so, yes, I hope that answered your question. What would Hermione do if her friend would bully people who study well? I've answered that one, sorry. Any tips on being less shy? I'm actually going to do a video on confidence very soon, so I'll leave that for that video. I love your outfit. I also love Bowden. I got some things from there for Christmas. Snap, I got stuff for Christmas from Bowden as well, so very similar. Bowden is brilliant. I love their stuff. It's so British. What do you want to study at uni? I want to study English literature and English language. I love your blazer. Thank you very much, Isabel. Do you think it's possible for a big procrastinator to become productive? I absolutely can't concentrate and never do my work. I hate myself for that. Don't hate yourself for that. That's not something you can necessarily control. I don't think it's not your fault. Definitely, please don't hate yourself for that, because that's not enough reason to hate yourself. It's work is important. I've always thought the work is important, but it's definitely not worth hating yourself for. Yes, of course, it's absolutely anything's possible when it comes to studying. I think if you're prepared to put the hours in, then you will be able to achieve anything. And so even if you procrastinate, you can become productive. You can. You just need to, I don't know what you need to do. You need to look to Hermione. Look to Hermione and she will inspire you. Please angle your camera down. Okay, oh, that's Lydienne. Hi, Lydienne. I think I angled it down a second ago, so. Are you looking forward to seeing the film adaptation of A Monster Calls? Yes, I'm actually going to go and see that this afternoon, so I'm so excited. Should you study for small tests or all tests? All tests. Favorite book at the moment? I answered that one. What is Quizlet for? It's basically digital flashcards, so you can look at your flashcards on the go, online. How are you finding A-levels so far? Again, that's a video I should probably leave for. That's a question I should probably leave for a video, because there is a lot that I could say about that. But in short, I'm enjoying it. I think they're good. I like the depth with which you go into it, and I like and I just like the subject material, really. I'm missing some of my GCSE subjects though. If you could introduce a new subject into your school curriculum, what would it be? Astronomy. Yes. I love your homemade videos. It is genuinely authentic, says Chelsea. Thank you very much. I'm not sure which ones you necessarily mean. Do you mean the short films that I do, like the Street Ramblers one, or do you mean normal videos? I'm not sure. Please just leave that below. What's the best way to study maths? Again, I'll leave that for the subject studying, specific studying that Hannah suggested. Ruby, I want to work harder and sit for longer and study, but I can't sit and study for more than 30 minutes. Any tips? Again, that is something I'm going to be doing a video. I'm hopefully going to be doing an intensive revision video. So let me write a note of that, because I haven't actually started planning it yet. But if it's something you want to see, I'm thinking of leaving it for exam season. So when it gets to about April, I might start doing that, because that's when people actually need to really buckle down. How do you read so much despite studying so much? I don't read as much as I used to. When I was younger, I read a lot more than I do now, because I just have more time. Studying does definitely mean that you can't always find time for these things, which is a shame. But because I see reading as a pastime, because I like reading so much, it's something that you make time for. When you have free time, you try and read. I always bring a book around with me, so if you've got a book on you, then it makes it easier if you actually want to. If you don't have anything to do, then you can just pick up your book and start reading. You're so pretty. Hermione just read and studied during her free time. Yes, sorry, that's a response to Hannah's question, I think. Yes, that's what she does in her free time. You're right. And thank you, Diane. Oh my gosh, that's so lovely. I don't really agree with that, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. How long have you revised today? I have hardly revised at all. I think I've revised for about an hour in total. I did some English and I did some Quizlets, but that's it. As I said, my exam's just finished, so I haven't really been focusing on it too much. And also I was filming this morning, which if I'm filming, then that usually means that I have to take a lot of time out. Yeah. You said you had exams last week. Sorry, some of these are duplicates, so I don't want to answer them more than once. Could you possibly do a live stream of you studying where we can study along with you and you could tell us what subjects you're studying and what you're doing for them? This is from Hannah. Hannah, I have got a lot of requests actually to do this sort of video, but I'm not sure whether it's something I am actually going to do, simply because I think it would be quite distracting for me and I don't want my productivity to diminish as a result, because a lot of the time having the prospect of having lots of people watching you all at once, as people are watching me now, it can actually be quite daunting in a way, and I don't want to be thinking about that whilst I'm studying. So I hope you understand, and I'm sorry that I probably will not be doing one of those videos, but you never know, maybe I will, maybe I'll become more comfortable with it. How liable is your road to flooding? Very liable. Road is very liable to flooding, I've got to say, Lydiane. Sorry. What would Hermione do if her friends didn't like her hanging out with someone they didn't like? Hermione would talk to them about it. That's the most important thing. Hermione is very diplomatic. She would just try and talk to her friends about it, and she would make it clear that it was her decision. What's your biggest revision tip? Oh, that's difficult. Maybe actually have a look at my study tips video. Maybe that would be helpful. Sorry, I can't think of a biggest one because they all collaborate to one. I don't think you could necessarily just say one thing is important. It's definitely a mixture of everything. Oh, Rose says, I think you are Hermione in the real life. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I never know how to respond to compliments. I'm sorry. I just kind of smile and awkwardly shy away from the camera, but thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to me. Do you want to follow me on Instagram at studydays_? Yes, I will follow you. I have a feeling I'm already following you actually, but I will look now. Let's have a look. Do you think Hermione would be vegetarian? Well, she's not vegetarian in the books, but I think it would have been good for her to be vegetarian, if I'm completely honest, because it fits in with the house elf's rights. Wait, was it study days _? But J.K. Rowling decided for her not to be, so I'm not going to say that she would be vegetarian, even though I think that she might. Oh, I'm not following study days actually. I meant to study. Follow. Gosh, can't talk. Hermione just read and studied during her free time. Yes. What are your thoughts on Luna Lovegood? I think she's a lovely girl. I don't know what else to say. She's lovely. She's very kind. She's very considerate of people. And I think she'd be a lovely friend. But I've got to say, I don't think I'm very similar to her, simply because she's the exact opposite of Hermione. That's what J.K. Rowling said when she created Luna Lovegood. Where did you do your work experience for school? I didn't have work experience with school. It's not something the school organised, but I did work in a cafe for some work experience. Do you like Edgar Allan Poe and his works? Do you read a lot of classical literature? I love Edgar Allan Poe. He's one of my favourite short story writers. Okay, The Raven. I'm not sure if I can still remember it, but once upon a midnight dreary, whilst I wandered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore, whilst I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping as if somebody rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, rapping at my chamber door, merely this and nothing more. I love The Raven. It's such an amazing poem. And classical literature, I would say I read a fair amount. I'm more inclined to read cult classics, so American 1950s literature is my favourite. How liable is your rate of flooding, asks Lydian again. Brilliant, I love it. Best question I've received. Do you like reading about spirituality? Have you ever heard of the astral projection? No, I haven't, but I'm interested to. I haven't heard about that. I like reading about theology, but not necessarily spirituality. But I like reading about Christianity. Do you have a skincare routine? I can't say I do. Sometimes I wash my face every evening, and if I have a shower, I'll put on moisturizer, but that's pretty much it. And sometimes I put on eye cream, just under here, because I get very bad under eye circles. It doesn't really bother me because I don't know, but it can be really tender there. So, and it can start to hurt sometimes. So I like to put on some under eye cream. Ruby, this school year, your videos motivated me so much for studying that it appears now that I'm the best in my class. A massive thank you. Greetings from Poland. I am so honoured that has been the case, and I'm so happy for you. And I'm sorry, I really cannot pronounce your name, but I'm going to try. It's Agnieszka. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at. I'm sorry. It's a lovely name though. What would Hermione do if her friends didn't like her hanging out with someone else as well? I answered this one. So, how many hours on a weekend do you do schoolwork for? It depends. Usually on a normal weekend, I'll do about 10 hours on the Saturday, 10 hours on the Sunday, and 5 hours. No, that's a lie. 10 hours on the Saturday, 8 hours on the Sunday, and 4 or 5 hours on the Friday. So about 24 hours. Yeah, about 24. Best way to revise grammar and vocabulary. Vocab, I'd say Quizlet. Grammar, practice. It's just practice, like doing exercises. Have you read Percy Jackson? No, I haven't. I go to cram school to study, but my friends say I'm not smart enough even though I go to cram school. I don't know what cram school is actually, I'm sorry. I want to find Hermione's time turner. Do you know a website from which I can get the time turner? It says Anto. I got mine from Noble Collection. I would go and get it actually, but I think I'd really be annoying if I got up. Should I get up? No. If you want me to show my time turners, then just tell me. You can also get there's a woodeny plasticky one that you can get that they sell these little boxes and Waterstones, and they have a bigger one as well. They're only about £5. I didn't actually make any resolutions for 2016, Chelsea. What would Hermione do if her friends did not like the people she was friends with? Yeah, Sam Ogden, The Noble Collection. I agree. Hi, quick question. Can you tell me how to deal with mean girls? I love you, plus you're my inspiration, never change. Oh, thank you, Prunam. That's so lovely of you. I'm really sorry that you're having to go through this. That's really awful. Bullying is just something that is not okay and something that is just awful whenever I hear about it. I've made the Hermione Granger how to deal with bullies, but maybe I should make one how I would personally deal with bullies, because it can be different. The way that I've dealt with bullies in the past is different to how Hermione has dealt with them. So maybe I can do a video on that. Please tell me, or say if you want me to, because I'm not sure whether it's actually something I'd feel comfortable doing. So only if people actually think it would be helpful would I do it. Do you think Hermione is perfect? No, no one's perfect. Oh no, I've gone to the bottom. I'm sorry, I've lost some. Let's go to. Do you speak French? No, I don't. Oh, Hayley's got mocks tomorrow. Good luck, Hayley. Let's all say good luck. Let's all wish Hayley good luck for her mocks. Have you watched the Gilmore Girls? No, I haven't watched the Gilmore Girls. You're just like Rory Gilmore. She's the muggle version of Hermione, literally. I'll have a look. I haven't even heard of that. I will have a look. How do you deal with bad grades? I actually want to do a video on how to deal with failure, so just stay tuned for that. Oh, Emma says, Ruby, you're beautiful. Please don't ever forget that. Oh, I really don't agree with that, but thank you so much. That's so lovely of you. Oh. How do you prioritise subjects, including those subjects you don't like? I have the International Baccalaureate, so I do 6 subjects. Have you ever considered doing the IB? My school doesn't offer it, so I haven't considered it, no. It's about, we actually have this thing at school. It's called Frogs and Ladders. Frogs and Ladders? Frogs and Banisters. Is it? Yes, I think it's Frogs and Banisters. And basically, if it's a task that you really don't want to do, something that's going to take a long time, something that you're inclined to put off, like an essay or a big research project, it's a frog. And if it's something that is a bit more wishy-washy, it's polishing the banister. And it's important you prioritise the frogs over the banisters. So you make sure that you always have to do the one that least looking forward to. That's what I do. That's my tip. Thora Potter says, can you please subscribe to my channel? Yes, Thora, I will. Let me just make a note of that. I'll put your channel name into Google so then I'll remember. Are you involved with any other social activities such as charity work, music, sporting competitions, since universities do look at the importance of these aspects to one's character? Thank you. Yes, you're right, they do. Social activity-wise, yeah, I'm assuming like extracurriculars. I do Lambda, which is it's equivalent to if you do the music. So I'm on grade 7 at the moment. That's silver medal. And universities quite like Lambda. I'm under the impression that they do anyway, but I really enjoy it. Drama is something that is very enjoyable. I've done Duke of Edinburgh as well, so that involved I volunteered at a library for 6 months. But no, I mean, I don't do as much charity work as I wish to. I'm not sure what this is actually going to go through, but I've been planning this for a while. And it's, I'm planning on doing a stand for shark rights, but I'm not going to give you any details because I'm not sure where it's going yet, but sporting competitions, I don't do sport, but I do gymnastics. I've done 1 or 2 gymnastics competitions, but they weren't major. So, but you're right. I do need to think about that. I like to. It's important to get the qualifications and things like extra qualifications. Do you have any days where you can't motivate yourself to study? Yes, everyone has those days where they don't feel up to doing studying, and I think the important thing is being able to recognize this yourself. So I always try and still do something. I always try and make sure that I still do some studying, but if you're not feeling up to it, I mean, some days I've done a 14-hour day before, and the next day I wake up and I'm so tired that I just can't properly work, and so I'll have to reduce my work output. And even if you're not feeling motivated, though, it's important to just get down and just study, just see if you can. Is anyone ever mean to you at school because of your YouTube channel? No, actually, people have been very supportive of it. I was expecting for people to be mean about it, but when people found out, I mean, I think most people in my year know that I've got a YouTube channel, but nobody says anything mean about it. Some people mention it, but it's not. They don't do it offensively. There have been some comments, but only ever from younger girls at younger years, and they're not too bad. They don't really hurt me. I completely agree with you about the studying live stream, says Sam. Thank you. Sorry, I'm looking for questions. Do you play a musical instrument? No, but I've played the piano in the past. I played the guitar. I've played the saxophone. I've played the ocarina and the recorder. Yes, I've never really been very musical. And I used to do singing. Are you 16? Yes, I am. Good food to eat while revising. I like eating frozen peas. Do you do any extracurriculars? Yes, I do. What do I do? I said I did Lambda. I do Lambda, I do gymnastics, I do debating, Future Learn, which is an extracurricular, like a supercurricular club. And what else? I do magazine committee. I think that's all of them. Oh, and I do book club. Lydian says, yes, Ruby. Fist pump. Brilliant. Lydian's one of my really great friends. What's your weekend routine? When do you usually study on the weekend? I've answered this one, so. Hi, I suffer from fear of failure, especially failure in school. Have you got any tips? As I said, Clara, I'm going to do a video on that. But because I've got, somebody's already written this down. Okay, there we go. From Greece is Danae. Danae, Danae. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sorry for asking so many questions, but will you keep this video up after it is finished? Yes, I will keep it up. Could you ever do a video on what Hermione would do on a sleepover or how she would behave at a sleepover? Yes, actually, I was meaning to film one with Esme. from Esme Rose not a few months ago, right before Christmas, because she came over on the 22nd, and we were going to do it in the evening, but we got in from the theatre at about 12, so we didn't really have time to. But next time I see her, she should be coming over very soon for a sleepover. So next time I see her, we will do that video for you. Let's just make a note of that though, because sometimes I have an idea for a video and then I'll forget about it and I won't do it. And then I'll feel bad about it, and then somebody will give me a request and I'll think, oh gosh, actually I was meant to do that one, wasn't I? I'm the one who said your videos are genuinely authentic. What I meant, your video style feels comfortable. It gives a home feeling. Most study videos are typically loud or synthetic. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. That's really lovely to hear. I'm really glad that that's the case, because I don't want for my videos to not recognise the fact that it's an actual person revising. It's not just the studying, and that's something that I've tried to put emphasis on, and I'm glad that that has come through. You've really changed my life, says Julie. Oh, thank you. All of you have really changed my life. Go and follow because they're trying to grow their Instagram account. At study.life. Have you read The Guest Cat? No, I haven't, but I've heard of it. Do you read every single comment you have on your videos? No, I'm sorry. I really should. I know I should. A lot of the time I will read them, but when I've had lots of work and I've just uploaded a video, I don't always look through all of the comments. I like to. I mean, it always makes me smile whenever I do, but I don't always have time to, which is a shame. But I will try and do. Will try to. Did you study in primary school? I'm in my final year of primary school. Should I study? No, I didn't do that much studying in primary school. I did a few extra projects. I remember doing a massive, science fairs in America. Well, we don't have them in Britain, but I always really hoped that we could do one because they were really fun. Like, I always looked at them on TV and thought, I really, really, really hope I could do them. And so I made my own science fair project entry when I was in year 6, even though we weren't holding a science fair. And it was actually geography, so it wasn't science, but high school science. And I had this massive box, and then I had hurricanes and volcanoes, and I did lots of research into Venus, the volcanoes in Venus and things. So I think it's more about just researching something that you're interested in primary school. It's not that important. Well, it's important, but it's not something you have to be worrying about, trust me. What do you want to study at uni? English, literature and language? Oh, Elizabeth Potter, @_Elizabeth_Potter. You should definitely go and follow her, actually. She's a lovely person. Sirius Black or Lupin? Sirius Black. Can you follow me on Instagram @YourStudyFriend? I'm just actually going to take a picture of this because I don't want, let me just, sorry for being so rude and being on my phone. I'm thinking of becoming a vegetarian. How do you find it? Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions. Don't worry about asking lots of questions. It's Q&A, that's what it's supposed to be. You should become a vegetarian if you want to, definitely. If it's for the animal rights, it does make a difference. Every little helps. Quoting Tesco's. I find it okay, but then that's because I was raised as a vegetarian, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. So, but I definitely suggest it. I mean, people say that you'll become malnourished, but you won't. I'd say I'm perfectly healthy. I think you should. I think you definitely should. And please keep me updated if you do decide to. Could you check out my channel? Says A.LLONA. Yes, I will. I'll make a note of that in a tab. Oh, I'm so behind on this. Yes, I did do DOV. Oh, The Raven is my all-time favourite poem. This is so outdated, I know. Okay, I'm going to be very quick. When you were reciting The Raven, you said it so quickly that I almost thought you were rapping. It was so funny, an amazing job reciting from memory. Oh, that's so funny. Rapping The Raven, rapping some poem. I think when you find a poem that you really love, it's just so fun to be able to recite it. I can't recite that many, but my favourite poem of all time is by Emily Dickinson, and I'll recite that one to you. And it's the heart asks pleasure first, and then excuse from little anodynes that deaden suffering, and then to go to sleep, and then if it should be, the will of its inquisitor, the liberty to die I love that poem. Brilliant. Oh, Anto says she doesn't raise her hand because she's scared when a teacher asks a question. I'm scared to talk in front of people. I actually had that same issue when I was in year 10. I found it really difficult to put up my hand and answer a question just because I thought it would, I wasn't sure what people were going to say in response to it. But I got over that and I put my hand up, and people, it's more important that you answer the question, because people see you as weaker if you don't. People know that they're getting to you if you decide not to answer it. How do you feel about fan fiction? I don't really read it. I read 1 or 2 fan fictions. How do you motivate yourself to study? I've done a video on that. What time do you wake up? It depends. I usually wake up at 6:30 to 7:30. For school, I wake up at 6. But this morning I woke up late. I woke up 8:30, 8 or 8:30, 8:30, that kind of time, because I didn't get to sleep until 3. I had really bad insomnia last night, so I didn't get to bed until 3, so that's why I woke up so late. What's your favourite book and movie? I've answered book, but movie, ooh, I don't know. I like The Polar Express. And, A Little Princess, that's such a great film. And the new Annie film. I know they're very childish films, but I like the nostalgic children's films. And 13 Days, that is amazing. That's about the Cuban Missile Crisis. Video on how to improve memory. Yes, that's a good idea. Where's my pen gone? I put my pen down somewhere and I don't know where. Oh well, I'll write in mild liner. So that's memory. I'm getting a book about linguistics for my birthday on Thursday. Oh, linguistics is so interesting. I bet you're going to love it. And happy birthday for Thursday. Are you involved with any school activities? Yes, I answered that one. Can you speak French a little bit? I really cannot. I love the way the French language sounds. I wish I could learn French, but literally the extent of it is bonjour. Je m'appelle. I really don't know very much at all. I can't remember any of the stuff from year 8. How do you revise maths? Practice questions. What would Hermione do to study for English? Again, practice papers for English. Your mocks are tomorrow. And good luck again, Hayley. What books would you recommend? Have a look at my anti-bullying book list, because they're basically my favourites. I love bullying fiction, and non-fiction. So actually, if you have any suggestions, then please leave them here, because I'd love to hear them. Maria Grecia 27 asks if I can follow her on Instagram. Of course I will. She's from Romania. My parents love you because you motivate me to study. Oh, that's so lovely of them. Say thank you. Yes, say thank you. What's a healthy amount to study per day and per week? I don't know if what I do is healthy necessarily. No, I think it is healthy. I think no, you can't study too much. I think if you're enjoying yourself and if you feel productive and if you feel as though you're studying an okay amount, then there's no such thing as having too much. But then maybe I'm biased. Okay, Agnieszka is pronounced Agnieszka. Agnieszka. That's such a pretty name. Oh my gosh, I love that. I've been creating a planet and creating a planet at the same time. Oh, brilliant. I like that. Can you do a Hermione Granger desk video? I can try and think of one, but I've only got my desk. Isn't necessarily what Hermione's is like, so I'm going to have to find an alternate desk to film with. So maybe it might be one that I'm going to have to wait a while for. But I'll do my desk tour. Do you have a newspaper subscription? My parents subscribe to the Times, and I subscribe to the New York Times. I know I'm not from America, but I love the New York Times. Let me actually, excuse me, sorry for being so rude, but, oh, I will show you. I've got the New York Times app on, because obviously, because it's from New York, I don't actually manage to get the actual hardback paper as my parents do with the Times, but I do have the app. And you also have access to all the archives. So a lot of the time for school projects, I'll be able to look for interviews and articles from like the 1940s, and it's amazing. So this is basically what it looks like. That's the New York Times. I love the setup. I don't know why I like it so much. I just really enjoy all of the videos. If you could travel to a magical place inside one book besides Harry Potter, where would you go and why? Narnia, because I like snow. Even though I don't really want to be under the clutches of the evil queen. Even though what you could do is you could go there, you could age, and then you come back and you're the same age, which would be quite cool because I don't really like aging. GP books. I had them for GCSE, but I didn't find them very useful. Do you play a musical instrument? No. Awesome again. Okay, oh no, okay, I'm so behind. Oh, Evie says, I can't wait for our collab. I love your live stream. Thank you, Evie. Evie and I are uploading today. We've got a collaboration going up today, which is really exciting. How to Be Evie, that's her channel, and I love her videos so much. You have to go and subscribe to her, honestly. Her videos are amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know where I was, so I'm actually just going to start here. Who are you subscribed to on YouTube? I'm subscribed to quite a few people actually, but I'll tell you who my favorite YouTubers are. I like Studygn, like STUDYIGN, and I like Study Quill. I like Study with Jess. Study with Jess is my favorite. I like Murphy Studebaker. I like the KV sisters, I think they're called. I think that's their name. And I like Indify89. I like How to Be Evie. I like Potterella. Oh, that's Margot's channel. And actually, recently, I've really liked Alison Raskin from, she was on BuzzFeed and now she's on Just Between Us. And I really like Alison. She's really inspirational. Like she's how she's got over her mental illness and things. It's just so inspirational. And also she's really funny, and she's a perfectionist, and so I mean a lot of the time I can see myself relating to her. I really like her. You should definitely have a look. I want to be like you, Ruby. Oh, yeah, thank you, but everyone has faults. What career do you wish to pursue? Hopefully, well, I'm not absolutely sure, but I'd love to own my own publishing company. How do you manage to stay healthy while studying a lot? Taking breaks and doing exercise, even though I don't do that too much, but because I do gymnastics and stretching, I guess that helps for my circulation too. Mad. What's your top priority, health or study? In my actions, I'd say studying, but if I were faced with the choice between staying healthy and studying, I'd go with healthy. So that's a complicated one. Who are you? Ruby. My name is Ruby and I'm from Granger. How long does it take you to read one example 300-page book? It depends. It absolutely depends. It depends on how rich the language is and how much I have to concentrate on it. Language, then I'll find myself rereading sentences if they're really beautiful. So it depends, but it will range between a day and maybe a week. We do astronomy at our school. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. I'd love to astronomy. I want to be like you, Ruby. You're so perfect and you have beautiful hair. Oh, thank you. Actually, it's funny because I really wish that my hair was darker, because obviously Hermione's got very, well, darker hair. It's not majorly dark, but it's darker than mine, and I really want to dye it brown, but then again, I don't want for my hair to go, you can ruin your hair through dyeing it, and also if the dye goes through into your scalp, that can be quite dangerous. music. I like soundtracks of classical music. Have you or do you get bad grades? I've got bad grades in the past. Not so bad that they were awful, but I've got bad grades. There are grades that I've been disappointed with. I love frozen peas. Yes. Who does not love frozen peas? Are amazing. What skill did you do for Duke of Edinburgh? I did reading, actually. It was a tie between doing Lambda and reading because everyone else in my Lambda class did Lambda, but I really wanted to do reading, so I did the bookworm challenge, which is where you read a book beginning with BOOKWORM, and I did that, and I thought it was really fun. Who's cooler, Barack Obama or Boris Johnson? Barack Obama. Sorry. Do you prefer studying or reading? I don't know. Reading's more relaxing, but studying's more fulfilling. How would Hermione deal with being called a mean nickname? She'd look them straight in the eye and tell them that it didn't bother her. Or actually, no, she wouldn't. She'd just look them in the eye and not say anything, like she did in the Chamber of Secrets. 9 p.m. From Japan. Julie's from Japan. Have I done the Myers-Briggs personality test? No, I haven't, but I will. What happens if you have a study plan but you have to go somewhere? That happens to me a lot, especially during Christmas holidays. My parents will book something and I won't realise, and then I'll be studying and then I will have to be torn away from my desk. You have to be able to study on the go, and I filmed a video on this, actually. It was meant to be up over Christmas, but I decided not to upload it because I had a lot of videos that I wanted to do, so I've got it ready to upload, but I'm not sure when to upload it. So that will be up again soon. I've got lots of videos planned and filmed, actually. If you could switch places for a fictional character for one day, who would it be and why? Hermione Granger. I think that was actually quite obvious. Do you play video games? No. I don't think so. I don't think I play any video games, actually. Sometimes I play little games on my phone, like Capital Quizzer, but I don't think that counts. Will you keep up your YouTube channel when you go to university? Yes, I think so. Favorite quote? Oh, I can't remember it. Oh my gosh, that's a really good one. It's from the Bible, actually. It's from the book of Matthew, I believe. And it's when the stars fall from heaven and the moon sheds her light. It's something along those lines. I'm sorry, I can't remember it exactly, which doesn't reflect too well on it. But quote. I've actually, though, on my computer, I keep under photos, I've got favorite quotes. And let's see if I've got any really great ones. Oh, that's funny. I love mankind. It's people I can't stand. And there's this one from Thomas Aquinas, which I like. To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible. That's a good one. I like that. Sometimes do you forget what you studied just before? I have a test in 3 days and I forget everything, but maybe I'm too stressed. Yes, that happens to everyone. If you get too stressed about it, and then it just drives everything out of your mind. But you get an example and you remember everything. I wouldn't worry if I were you. Good luck for your exams. Books at once, all the time. Could you do a Hermione hairstyles video? Yes, I could. I need to think about what I do, but I'll have a look. You should do MUN. I don't know what that is, I'm sorry. Who's your favourite teacher at Hogwarts? Snape. Even though he wouldn't be a very nice teacher to actually have. Let's have a look. Favourite male character in Harry Potter is Professor Snape. Oh, Lulu, when she said MUN, she Model United Nations. I've seen those before and they look so interesting. Oh my gosh, they do them in schools sometimes. I might actually suggest that to my school, so let's do a Model United Nations. That'd be so cool. Gryffindor, no, I'm Ravenclaw. Glad you want to start saving sharks. I'm on a mission to save the almost extinct northern rhino. Good for you, hey there, Georgie girl. It's so important that we protect animals. Sharks are those animals that I feel, for me, they're ones that I really, 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 really want to protect because they're so representative. Where do you find so much motivation to study even the subjects you don't like so much? I love all of my subjects, so I don't actually have that issue. And I like studying. How do you study through fatigue? I just do. I don't know if that. If I'm tired and I tell myself I'm tired, then I'll be more tired and I'll just stop working. But if I work through the tiredness, it often works out okay. And if I look towards the end and say, oh well, I'm finishing in 2 hours, then that usually helps. Your French accent is sweet. I really cannot speak French though. I love the way a French accent sounds, but I just can't do it. Like Monsieur. Oh, sorry, I can't believe I'm doing this. I will be 13. What about you? I think that's a conversation there. Did you hear they're making a Wonder movie? Are they? Oh my gosh, sorry. That's excited me so much. I'm watching the trailer for that. If there's a teaser trailer or something. How do you find time to exercise as well as study? I do not exercise that much, but I do it in breaks. Do you watch Sherlock? Yes, and yes, I am so excited for tonight's episode. Last episode. Oh my gosh. I just can't believe. No, it's so sad. Can you do a video on what study books to use that you could buy in the shops? I didn't use any study books that I buy from shops. I only use textbooks. Bye, Ruby. I need to go study now. Bye, Ellie. Have fun studying. Sometimes when I start studying, I put a movie or other things on my phone or computer, and this is really distracting, but I don't know how to stop. You need to just turn off your phone. You turn in your phone to your parents if that's the case, because it's not going to be very productive. That's really distracting for you, and it's going to mean that the work doesn't go in. So turn off your phone. Tell your parents that they need to confiscate it when you do work, because it's not working. And you can also, I don't know the name of it, but you can lock your computer so that you can't access certain websites. Have you ever been bullied? Yes, I have, but it's not something I really like to talk about. How do you revise for speaking controlled assessments? They're different now because we used to actually just have to learn them. But I do speakings in Spanish, and it's really about just improving your fluency. It's about practicing the vocab, practicing the sentence structure, and just trying to say it aloud. That way if someone asks you a question, you can improvise. Oh, I'm sorry, Ruby, thank you so much for checking my channel, but it's spelled Ailona. Okay, thank you for saying that. Have you read I'm a Lala? No, I haven't, and I've got it and it's on my list and I need to read it. Matthew says Book of Matthew, perfect. Oh, Matthew, we have to meet up soon, actually. I look like Marina Joyce, according to Hidayat. I don't know who Marina Joyce is. I don't know a lot of these people are that you're mentioning. Have a look. Oh, do you think I look like her? Really? Do you think? Okay. I don't think you can ever actually see a likeness between yourself and somebody else. I'm sorry if you've already answered this. Everyone in my band has to perform a solo in front of the class. I'm super nervous. Do you have any tips? Everyone gets nervous. You just have to work through it. I mean, the nerves are what's going to give you adrenaline, and you're going to perform better if you're nervous. So embrace the nerves. Embrace the nerves. Are you Christian? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Thank you for being so understanding, actually, because it's a lot of the time religion is something that people don't really like talking about. I'm not Christian, but I'm really interested in Christianity, and it's something that my beliefs are swaying more towards, but I don't recognize myself as a Christian. Hi Ruby, I've done a Model United Nations before, and it was so amazing. We represented Zimbabwe about clean water and sanitation. That's from How to Be Evie. I don't know why our school's never done them. It sounds so amazing. Evie, you've got to tell me more about this, because I might suggest it to my school. I think it's such a great idea. What would be your reaction if Umbridge was your teacher? I'd sit there in shock for a while, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's a trailer out, but it's been announced. Okay, I'll have to stay tuned for that. Do you go to parties? I'm not sure what kind of parties you mean. I don't go to house parties. No, definitely not. But I go to friends' birthday parties. My favourite type of tea is currently lemon buds from Fortnum Mason. Do you have a tutor? No, I don't. Do you support LGBTQ people? Yes, of course. Absolutely. No question about it. Do you ever listen to music while studying? Yes, if it's noisy where I am. Have I seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? Yes, and I loved it. Newt was amazing. Any short films coming out soon? Well, my filmmaking course starts again tomorrow, so perhaps there will be some. Perhaps there will. Have you read Lolita? Says Lena. I started it and I couldn't finish it because it was. I started reading it last year. I read half of it. I loved it, but it was getting a bit too. I wasn't really feeling comfortable reading it, but I'm going to try it again this year. You're so cute. Oh, thank you, Anto. Have you read One? It's very good. No, but I've heard about that book and I've been meaning to read it because everyone at the library is talking about it. What's my Patronus? It's actually an otter. It's like Hermione. Would you consider applying to Ivy League universities in the United States? I was actually for a while. When I was in year 9, I wanted to go to Princeton, but now I really want to go to Oxford. That's my ultimate dream. But I want to do a graduate degree after doing my undergraduate, and I'm considering going to the United States to study there. I love your YouTube, and you are so much like Hermione. I'm currently on my way to the Warner Bros. Studio tour. Oh, I'm so jealous, Rosie. Have an amazing time. You're going to love it. What career path are you considering at the moment? Publishing, as I said, yes. Favorite gymnastics skill? Front walkover, and the one I'd like to learn is a back handspring, because I really want to do that. That's a video that I'm planning on doing. How to get a girlfriend? I can't really answer that, sorry. Do you still do creative writing sometimes? Any tips for a beginner? Yes, I love creative writing. Actually, I'm writing a book at the moment. It's not for YouTube or anything, but I love writing, and like fictional writing especially. I don't really write non-fiction writing, but I love fiction. I love writing it. It's one of the most enjoyable things that people can do. Any tips for a beginner? Come up with a story and then just write. Just write. That's all it is. You just have to write. And then you can go back and edit it. So just write in the moment, then go back and see if it was any good. Favorite book series except Harry Potter? Bad Girls Don't Die. I like that series a lot. I just like the characters. Favorite gymnastics? Oh, I've answered that one. Would you like to be an actress? No. When I was younger, when I was in year 6, that was my dream. I really wanted to go into acting. I was looking at, I was part of an acting, I used to go to an acting kind of club thing on Saturdays and on Sundays. So I was really into it, and I just kind of fell out with it. I mean, it's not that I don't like drama. I love drama, so it's a great subject. But it's not something I consider as a career path. Even though, in a way, I mean, because I do the short films, I guess it's acting still. But no, I wouldn't say I wouldn't want to be an actress. Have you written your own poems? Yes, I do write poems sometimes. Yes. Publishing. I'm going to cone to you, publish a book, because it's my dream to be an author. Let's both publish books together then. It'd be so great to get published. Are you having a PO box soon? Yes, this is very exciting because it's getting set up at the moment, but we're just organising it right now. So I know that I said I was going to have it up last week or this week, but it might be a tiny bit longer just because we want to work out the logistics. We want to make sure everything's going to be safe in terms of sending things. So just stay tuned for that because it's on its way at the moment. It's being organised currently. Sometimes I have more than 5 tests per week and I simply can't study for all of them, at least for an A or B. So what would Hermione do in that kind of situation? And that's from Marahan from Croatia. And that's a lot of tests per week. That's if you're constantly studying, as soon as you learn anything, just study over it. If this is something your school likes to give you lots of tests, then just keep studying constantly. Make it a consistent thing with your Quizlet, with your flashcards, with your past papers, so that you're constantly going over things. Oh, Elizabeth says she needs to go now. Bye. Actually, I need to go now because it's been an hour and a half since I started, and I have got a few videos for YouTube that I need to film whilst it's still light before I go to the cinema. So I'm going to make sure that. Can we see which books are on your reading list? Well, no, you can't, but you will see soon. Yes. Do you drink coffee? No. You are more like a sister to me. Thank you. Oh, that's made my day. Thank you, Abby. That's so lovely of you. So the person that said they would be in lots of debt if they go to Oxford, all universities are like that and it gets wiped off when you're 50 anyway. Yes, you're right. I mean, and universities offer bursaries anyway, so don't let that get in the way of applying. Thank you, Nicholas. Just have a good time at the cinema. 12:22. I know, I've been here for ages. I said that I was only be half an hour. I'm in the middle of organising my English folder at the moment, and I need to get back to doing that because I've got a file check on Monday. So thank you everyone for watching. I very much appreciate that you tuned in. The 56 people who are currently watching, thank you for, I'm not sure how many of you stayed right till the end, but I really appreciate everyone who decided to watch today, and have a productive week.